is a Bramble Jam podcast.
Got him.
Well, what do you want me to do? I guess I need to restart it.
No, it's perfect. I only went, huh?
Hi, I'm Brad, and I love When Calls the Heart.
Hey, it's Panda, and I like When Calls the Heart.
I'm Dan, and I despise When Calls the Heart, and this
is the Deck the Hallmark Podcast, ninjas! Go, get it. You guys remember when we went on Home and Family?
Yep.
Oh, boy, do I.
What a bizarre time.
What a bizarre time it was. Still the best craft services.
Great craft services.
Wonderful.
No wonder
best
they
craft
had to
services.
shut it down.
Delightful.
But we just kind of weaseled our way on there.
We got a sweater.
Got a sweater.
That was delightful.
Got to meet Cam.
Cam Matheson.
Swell
What a
fella.
guy.
They didn't cut any of our segment.
No, it was wonderful.
It's wild.
I think anything they record, they used over there.
There's one take Jake over there.
It's so wild because obviously
Jake?
Kelly Clarkson.
oh,
I don't think Jake needs to be here right
I
now.
don't
Not this
think-
week.
I don't think he
I think
does.
Jake needs to save it maybe for next week.
Save it, Jake.
Nope. I'm here. I'm going to talk for a couple hours about my one take. I got one of them. This is it.
You're called One Take Jake.
I'm called one take Jake.
Drake, I got to be honest with you. I'm so confused about what your bit is.
What is your bit?
I got one shot, one opportunity to seize everything I ever wanted, one moment. And I capture it. I do not let
your
it
one
slip.
take?
This
or
is
are
it?
you telling
Or are
us
you telling
about
us
a take
that you had? That was
had?
one.
No, this is it.
Why are you showing up right now? Like, why did you jump in here?
I am one take
The rule
Jake.
of improv
One take Jake.
is you jump in when you're needed. Then what was the thing that was like, I got it, this is my spot, One Take
because
Jake?
they only
You said his name.
I did not say One Take Jake.
I said one take Jake because
did? Okay.
they don't cut anything.
I see how we said,
And-
I don't
and
think
then
they
I
cut
said-
anything.
And then I said, who's one take Jake?
Jake, and then he popped in, and
When did you say One Take Jake?
He said it.
I said right after you said, I think whatever they record, they use.
And you said-
I said, that's one take Jake.
Yeah.
And then he
And I
said,
said,
who's one
You
take
said
Jake?
that's One Take Jake?
I did.
Which is why I said.
I'm so confused. I said, I think whatever they record, they use.
Yeah,
and
one
you
take.
said, that's One Take Jake.
That's one take Jake.
And I listen.
does that mean?
I would go back and play it, but we're one take Jake.
Yeah.
No, I know we're one take. We never do multiple
No.
takes.
No.
I'm still confused how One Take Jake, why he's here.
I just said, well,
Jake-
because I said one take Jake, because that's all right, one take Jake. I get it. And then
Jake, are you still here?
Oh, yeah, I'm still here. Don't worry.
So what is your take?
Oh, it's good.
All right, this is your moment.
All right. If I could do anything, I think we should legalize parachutes.
They're already.
So you have one take, and your take is to legalize something that's already legal?
I think you should make sure everyone has one, no matter what.
That's different than legalizing them. No. You said you want to legalize them. Now you're saying you
Mandate.
want to issue everyone a
right,
parachute.
because no one can have them.
That's not true.
Many people have
A
them.
lot of people have parachutes.
I haven't met a single one.
Okay, that doesn't make it so.
Who have you talked to? Who are you talking to?
Well, I talked to my friend Willie.
All right,
He didn't have a parachute.
fair enough.
My friend Annie.
No, I want to be
She
clear.
did not have a parachute.
A lot of people don't have parachutes.
Yes.
That's not because they're
Can I ask you
illegal.
guys a question?
Please do.
Are there more people that have parachutes?
Don't.
Okay, let me rephrase
More
it. Let me
people
ask
that don't.
another
Because
question.
it's
Let me ask another
illegal.
question.
It is not illegal.
Are there more parachutes? Okay, let me ask this question.
If you
Are
ask if
there more? No.
parachutes than people, I'm gonna punch you in the face.
Are there more parachutes in the world than there are people that don't have parachutes? I know there's a lot of hurdles to get through, but you
There
know
are-
what I'm saying?
Are there more parachutes?
Parachutes in the world
than there are people that
that don't have parachutes.
No. There are more people
Good.
that don't have parachutes than there are parachutes.
Glad we got that.
Which is why we need to make sure
That's
we
what he's
make
saying.
a
That's what
lot
he's
more
saying.
Still don't
parachutes
think
because they're illegal.
They're not illegal. They're not illegal, first of all.
You
but,
can't get them.
But I will say I don't fully disagree with you. I think we've made our point. But you can't say they're illegal because they're not illegal.
I can't find one anywhere, and that's my one take. I'm out.
Thank you. One take. Jake,
There he is.
do parachute pants count? That's a good question.
Ooh, that
Amy
is a
doesn't
good
have
question.
a parachute.
Good question.
So what I think we're getting at is there is a foggy number of parachutes to people, and Jake would just like to see more. Well, everybody, really.
I mean, based off of what I've heard, he thinks they're illegal still.
Yeah.
We got to work on that. But yeah, I think more people should have parachutes. I think that's a good.
Hey,
that's
Jake.
good.
Yeah.
Have you ever looked to buy a parachute yourself?
No, I tried.
What happened?
It didn't go
You said
well.
you couldn't find
I couldn't
one.
find one.
You
There's
couldn't
different-
find one.
I Googled buy parachute now.
And that didn't work for you.
It did not.
Really?
I tried it again.
Buy parachute now. I put bow. Buy parachute now. Had it all by parachute is what comes up. The band. Yeah, I don't know if you can buy a parachute.
I don't think you can buy one to jump out of a plane with. That would be very dangerous. You shouldn't be able to do that.
Can I be honest with you? I think Jake might have a point.
All right. I need to be very clear. Something that's not, it would be like.
Not
something-
saying it's illegal.
Okay. So that's Jake's points that they're illegal. So
Yeah,
they're not.
but illegal
you
in
can't
that.
go and find a parachute right now. If you
illegal.
Why couldn't you? If you cannot
If
buy
they're
one
legal,
online,
then why can't you?
why
Because you have to go to a place where you're gonna jump out.
But what
of
if you're?
something.
What if you're not going to do
What
that?
if you're not going to do that?
They're not.
Then it's illegal.
I don't think so. There's not a law against it.
Then why can't you?
Because who needs a parachute?
There it has to be
That's not
someone. That's crazy to say that.
What do
You
want
can
from
either
me?
buy it readily or it's illegal. Those are the
that is-
only
no,
options.
that's crazy. That's crazy.
We can agree to disagree here,
Okay,
but
fair.
I now sit squarely in Team Jake.
One take. Jake,
One take Jake
man.
brought it today.
Yeah.
Brought it today.
As opposed to the other days where we have cut him, which is weird that we cut him.
Yeah.
I don't know why we would ever do that.
Yeah.
When Calls to Heart. How do we do this? When Calls to Heart, season 6, episode 5 is titled
Heart of boredom.
Hard to boil.
Heart of Oh,
Oh yeah.
Surprise.
Black heart.
This is just called Surprise.
The episode is called Surprise. Just one word. Is there an exclamation point at the end?
No.
No.
Surprise.
I will. That does surprise me that they did that.
Surprise! This made it to air.
All right, let's talk about the surprises. The oil.
Oil. Surprise.
Allie.
Allie.
Surprise.
What is a surprise about Allie?
That
That
she's a
she
little
exists.
little silly girl. That's it. That's a surprise. The judge thing. That's a surprise.
The judge thing.
That he got a judge. We want him to be a judge. Bill.
That was that this episode?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Surprise, everybody.
Originally aired on May 6th, 2019, and it went a little something like this. Jesse, with the face, is working on his new house. Suddenly, the whole town starts a shaking. Apparently, Jesse struck oil. Gowan and Lee come to look, and they're like, this isn't normal, kid. So you should probably go get an expert to look at this, because you only went a couple feet down. It's not a normal thing. Get an expert out here, and we'll see what they say. Rosemary manipulates Elizabeth into saying yes to dinner. A girl walks into a jail and is like, Bill, who are you, first of all, and why are you at my uncle's desk? Fair enough, girl. Her name's Allie. She is Nathan's niece, and she's here to cause a muck. Allie immediately ditches school like a boss. She meets Lucas and he teaches her magic like a boss. Someone from the state comes to see Bill and is like, Bill, do you remember when you beat up that judge?
Good news.
It's for that reason we would like you to be a judge.
Nailed it.
He says, well, let me think about this. Nathan realizes Allie skipped school, so Elizabeth...
Hey, we still... No? Sorry, came out of the gate hot there.
I'll be honest, I forgot until this moment that we did that last week.
Wow, there you go.
Stand by. What was I? Nathan realizes that Allie skipped school, so Elizabeth helps him find her. Uh-oh. What? Faith and Carson go into another town to pick up some equipment, and on the way back, the road is closed, so they have to camp under the stars. Uh-huh. An oil boy comes to meet with Jesse, and he's like, it could be, could not be. Hard to say. What you'd have to do is dig further, and that's going to be expensive. And Jesse's like, oh, man, shucks. So Carson and Faith, they spend the night. They were talking and getting real deep. They go into this town, and they start, like, walking arm in arm because they're, they don't have to play hide-y-seekies because no one knows who they are there. So they're free to be who they want to be. You're free to do what you want. Faith and Carson. That's not bad. The next day, Allie comes into class and immediately gets into trouble, kind of like taking kids' money and snacks via those dummies, believing that magic is real. I don't know. Nathan tells her that she has to give all of the money and snacks back, and that she has to try to make friends the good old-fashioned way with her charming personality. So Carson and Faith get back into town, and they're just sick of this. They're sick of this trash. So they end up, do they kiss? They kiss, right? And everybody sees them.
Yeah.
Yeah, they kiss. Yeah. Everyone sees. So it's out in the open. They're a relationship now. Henry offers to buy Jesse's land because he and Lucas want to get investors to dig for oil. Jesse is short-sighted, so he's pumped at the opportunity to get out of this with a little bit more cash.
$1,200. Gee golly, mister.
Lee watches baby Jack. Bill joins. Shenanigans ensues.
2 men and a baby.
That's exactly right. And Lucas and Nathan talk about Allie and magic and whether or not they belong in this town. And that, my friends, was When Calls the Heart. Surprise!
Ernie Delisanti coming in hot in the double-decker chat.
Is it about parachutes?
Buy parachutes online. They're between $2,500 and $9,000 for a full kit. So go have at it, guys. Parachutes are legal and readily available. There you have it.
Do you have to prove?
Ernie Delisanti, I trust him on this.
Ernie, do you have to prove yourself?
In the music, the moment.
Because if you have to prove yourself, then it's still illegal until you prove yourself.
What do you mean, prove yourself?
No, I'm
like go through like a ropes course, like show a video.
No,
of
I think
like,
you have to.
like,
you
hey-
have to show yourself to be a person of valor.
Yeah.
It's not Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, guys. It's a parachute.
Like you have to click a button and it's like, do you have what it takes? And you have to say like yes or no.
Yeah, that's it.
Et cetera.
And that makes it illegal.
More or less. If it's any hurdle, if it's not like easy,
it's not
If it's
easy.
not free on the corner of the street, then
no,
it's
if
illegal.
it's not easy, it's illegal.
Okay.
We're gonna take a quick break. We'll be right back here on Deck Dollar. I can't wait to re-listen to that first segment.
I probably can.
I just think I think we're onto something.
Yep.
By us, I mean One Take Jake.
One take
Yep.
Jake. Yeah. Of
Jake
course.
knows what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this episode. Let's start with the hot take. Panda, what do you think, pal?
Guys, I'm so pumped. We have a precocious child in When
Oh,
Calls the
thank
Heart.
goodness.
Thank God.
We were missing that in Hope Valley for sure.
Yeah, so that's not great. But on the good news, I like the oil storyline.
On the good news.
On the good news, the good side of things, if we're looking at Ledger, the Ledger is showing up for oil.
You don't know English.
I'm
you just
happy
don't know how
for
to
that.
speak English. I don't know what to tell you.
The Ledger showing up.
Ledger's showing up.
Ledger showing up for
Came
the
up big
oil.
for us tonight. Showed up.
Showed out.
Smoother
And
than a fresh
I think we're all
dressed
pretty excited about it. Oil is looking good.
You really like the oil storyline.
Yeah, I really do. I think this is one of those. Here's what's sad to me, because I know what they're going to do. I know we're going to get resolution next episode on this, but this is legitimately. There's a lot that you could do with this, because think about this.
Of course.
I mean, again, but let's just pause and think about what the storyline could be.
Why would we do that?
He sells the land, and there is in fact oil.
Yes.
Gowan makes a truckload of money.
That's right.
This guy
And
now
Lucas.
feels
Yeah.
like he's lost out in some way because he
right.
wishes they could.
That's right.
It creates a
Tries to
weird
kill
power
Gowan.
imbalance
Yeah,
within
it
the
creates
whole
a schism.
and then or creates a flood of people trying to get oil.
But they would never do that.
It would be fascinating.
Of
I mean,
course,
there's a
but
lot of things that you could do.
Let's be honest. That's not, and that,
Right.
and I know that Signed Sealed Delivered is tomorrow, but in this week's Signed Sealed Delivered, we see some of the repercussions from Oliver gaining Oliver's independently wealthy now.
Right, yep.
And they actually follow that thread. They don't
Yes.
just go, oh, he gave the money all the way to charity. No. They're doing something with it.
Yes.
Whereas they won't do a thing with this.
They won't, and that's a shame to me, because I legitimately, as a plot point, I sat there and was like, man, that is great. I really like that idea.
The only thing that I could possibly get excited about with this show is if there's a plot point that I know that they'll follow through with, and that is not one.
And I just know they're not.
I
Gonna
thought
do it.
Jesse was going to go to Lee for investment money.
I am surprised he doesn't, because he works for Lee.
Well,
Right. He has
one
a
of
good
the-
relationship
It's one of
with
the
it.
dumbest decisions of all time. Like, we can get to there in the wait what, but like, he doesn't go ask for investment money of all the times to do it, and instead he's like, man, I could make $300. Like, what? Like, stop.
No, he's a real doofus. But
He's a doofus.
I mean,
Moron.
like the rest of this episode, yeah, man. Like it's the baby stuff was kind of funny. I hope Lee has a baby soon. I would like that with Rosemary.
Thank you for prefacing.
Yeah, I think that he'd be a great pop. Bill doesn't do much for me, being a judge.
This just in.
And
I'm Judge Ronald.
this Grace
My
and
name is Judge.
why am I blanking on his?
Frankie. Faith
what-
and Carson.
Yeah, Faith and Carson.
You said Grace and. Like
Yeah,
we're
Faith
supposed
and
to fill in.
Carson.
There's a Grace on the show.
Faith, Grace, whatever. I can never
Hope.
remember her name.
Love.
Faith, hope, love, grace, please, love. Faith.
Thanks for running through.
You're
you,
welcome.
buddy.
I just couldn't.
We
Faith.
never would have.
Here's the deal. Faith and Carson. I don't know if I'm vibing with that plot point. I'm kind of over it. Like they're together.
What's the
now.
age gap between them?
Got to be 10 plus.
You think
I
so?
don't know.
Bigger age gap. Those two, or the grandma and lawyer from A Tale of Love.
Grandma and lawyer.
I think grandma and lawyer.
I think Grandma.
I think grandma and lawyer maybe 20.
Wow.
I think maybe
That's
a
where I'm at.
20 spot.
So last week, if you remember, I was especially downtrodden after
This
coming.
did a lot to lift your spirits, I'm sure.
Well, here is the thing about it.
Can I tell you the thing about it? I know it's your hot take. The first 3 episodes try to mean something. 4 to 8 don't. 9 and 10, they'll make you care again. That is what this show is.
You don't know me.
Okay, go ahead.
You can't snow. So I think the biggest thing for me is I am genuinely curious and like excited about the 2 new characters. I think Lucas and Nathan are they're good characters.
Yep.
I think there's something there. This week didn't do a ton for me. But I go in each week optimistic, which is more than I can say for the past few seasons.
Yeah.
Like I go in each week thinking, I mean, they could figure this thing out. They
Yep.
could start doing some things. And so I don't know. I don't know why.
Lucas and Nathan have brought fresh.
They're
done
fresh
a lot.
life.
They've done. It feels like a better show moving forward.
Absolutely.
I'm excited about it.
I still think that I like enjoy this episode more than most episodes from the past few seasons.
agree.
Like
Agree.
because of the freshness and like the oil thing is intriguing. It didn't do what I thought was gonna. Like I really did think he was gonna go to Lee to get investment money. I couldn't believe that he didn't. I was baffled by this whole thing. But overall, the episode's blah. But I am still optimistic, and I will watch an episode later this week and go into it bright-eyed and bushy-tailed.
Beth said, good news, guys. There's still oil stuff happening in season 9.
Whoa!
Hello.
So it's all right.
Big
Yeah, it
news.
is. Of course it is. This is awful television. We get introduced to, gee golly, Mr. Looks Up, Down, Left, Right, the worst character maybe on television this week.
Oh my gosh.
And I don't think the actress is bad. I think what they're asking her to do is terrible, and they think it's working, and it's not. Here's what's wild about this. I can't believe we're having an actual discussion about this show, which I think none of us would ever watch ever on our own. I don't disagree with the fact that they're trying something new. What's weird to me, and I can't believe I'm the guy saying this, I honestly can't. At this point, neither Lucas nor Nathan is doing much for me. Like, compare these two to how we felt about Jack, Mountie Jack, in season 1 of When Calls the Heart. I was the guy, even I said in season 1, dude, Jack and Elizabeth have something.
Yeah. But they had they were making eyes
Daniel
and stuff.
Lissing, what he brought to the show, these two guys for me are not recreating.
But they're in a different
different
spot.
boat.
I understand that. What I'm telling you
They're
is
not even
that-
in the boat yet.
I know. What I'm telling you is that neither of them are doing, like, both of them are very cardboard to me right now. And
you're wrong about that.
I've interviewed both of these guys, and I know that they're both very talented actors, but I'm not super intrigued by either one right now.
You're wrong.
I'm not.
Wait for it.
And I hate that because it would make the episode go by quicker. Nothing's going to save the show. I mean, we're just looking through a trash heap trying to find like a half-eaten apple. Like, that's what we're doing right now. And I think you guys would agree with that. I just feel like I'm still looking. You guys have found your half-eaten apple. Lucas and Nathan, the oil story. I have not found anything but rubbish. And so I would love to care about Lucas and Nathan enough to make this a bearable 42 minutes. It just isn't. And instead, I found Allie. So I found scabies in the trash. You guys found something that was some sustenance. And I just found the Jar Jar Binks of When Calls the Heart. So I'm sorry.
Can I say this really quick? Because I know there are some people that like Jar Jar Binks. I like Allie.
Come on, man.
I'm sorry.
No.
And you know what?
No.
I thought Jar Jar Binks was funny.
No.
So I think there might be a correlation there. But I kind of enjoyed her.
This poor girl, I think she's a good actor.
I
poor
like
girl
her as
is
an
being
actor.
asked to be the, like, it's almost like a bad skit on, like, Jimmy Fallon. Like, she's supposed to say a line, put her teeth out, and just smile like this, like after every line she says. It's awful.
I say give her some time. She'll grow on you.
I think she's gonna.
Says a guy who has seen as many episodes as we have.
That's right. Yeah.
She grows on you, don't we?
I feel pretty confident.
Did you hate her?
He didn't like her.
She irritated me, but that
You
doesn't
can't-
mean she's going to stay. I think that, there's a lot of room for character development, and she's going to grow into probably the most beloved child in When Calls the Heart.
Well, that's not. I mean,
She's going to pass Cody.
Cody's not in the show anymore.
Right.
So that makes
But
it
that's-
easy.
Well, and then Pockets. I think Pockets
Pockets
has
is
been
not on the
also
show anymore
But
either.
think about it. Pockets was all
Really, all she has to be better than is Opal.
That's hard.
That's hard because she's been three
Yeah.
forever.
Opal has been an adorable 3.5, 4-year-old since time began.
It's unbelievable. They must keep casting a new 3-year-old. Like no one ages that little, especially children. I feel like they get older quicker
Slower.
and wiser. Really?
No, they get older slower.
Hey, all I'm trying to say is someone get Dan a parachute so he can blow away.
Nailed it, buddy. You nailed it.
Can't do it. Illegal.
you like Allie over there. You gonna let him say he likes Jar Jar Binks? Is that okay?
I mean, I think that if they'd given Jar Jar Binks a little bit more time, he could possibly turn
In
into
episode 2, if they'd given him the full hour, they gave
How
him in
old was
episode
I
1.
when Jar Jar came? How old?
You were 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Jar Jar crushed
But you're
it.
you're 30 now. Oh, Jar Jar at 6 slays.
I mean,
You're
I haven't
30.
seen episode 1 in years.
Okay, fair enough.
I will say he does not age as well as you.
No, I'm sure he does not.
He has not aged well.
Yeah.
Panda feels.
Oil feels. I really like that plot point.
All
Otherwise,
right, we get it. We get it.
Stop
we get it, buddy.
talking.
You're doing a great job.
Have you guys heard about the oil?
No one has talked more about oil in their lives.
God bless it.
There are
Even OPEC is over there.
Paul
like,
Thomas
hey,
Anderson is like, slow down. Gee. Daniel Day-Lewis is like, no, stop it.
Going back to
drink.
Who are you right now?
milkshake.
That is not.
is that one take
no.
take?
No.
That is like Ernest P. Worrell doing There Will Be Blood.
So you guys
You know what I mean, Vern? And I have thrown out some references.
I
this
drink
week.
your milkshake.
Gosh, I love Ernest.
Know what I mean?
I
Dude,
love
I
Ernest.
grew up on Ernest. Are you kidding me?
You guys know I love Allie.
Yeah.
So my feels,
I'm Allie.
I found her giving back the things, but like the food was like gone or half.
I
eaten.
thought that was a funny bit.
I enjoyed it. I'm Team Allie all the way, and I will raise that flag and wave it each week.
You're the worst.
Give it time. I know I'm on the same episode as you. Just give it time. She'll grow on
You're
you.
just doing things to make this interesting.
All right, Dan. We'll be right back here on Deck.
How dare you? How dare you? I'm a valued member of this community.
Welcome back, everybody.
I feel a little bad about how hard I treated Allie in that previous segment. That's a feels, isn't it?
I'm proud of you. Do you want to do any retractions?
Yeah, to the young lady that plays Allie, I think that you probably are terrific at your craft. You've been saddled with a character that is gonna sink like a rock. And
False.
I'm sorry.
Allie, you're already crushing it, pal.
Sorry about that.
Let's get to the wait what's. Panda.
Okay.
Oil.
She
Have
says-
you guys heard?
At one point, Elizabeth says that she is 3 days behind on grading papers. Behind on grading papers, which Elizabeth isn't following any standards. There's no place she's trying to be, right, with her curriculum at this point. We've established over. So she's not technically 3 days behind. You can grade those whenever you want, Elizabeth, because no one's following up on you. Like at this point, by what standard? At one point, Faith mentions that her parents, she kind of shares a little bit backstory with Carson. But my question is, they've been together for years and her parents have never come up. The first time they ever come up is, I mean, they've been years. They've been working together and it's just the two of them.
That's right.
And like that,
your
that
voice
seems like one of
is
those conversations you have fairly early on. Hey, I'm kind of at odds with my dad. I mean, that's like what within the first few months of working together, you probably drop that little tidbit.
Yeah.
Your voice is adorable today.
It's something.
Sometimes it just gives out, and it's just the
It
cutest
squeaks
thing.
a little bit.
Yeah,
It's real cute.
you're a little mouthy, little mouthy panda.
Thanks, man.
I used to sound like that when I smoked Marlboros.
What did you switch to?
Rig, how you doing, buddy?
Sissy cigarette. Marlboro, man, I'd punch him in the face.
What do you smoke now?
I smoke a good combination of Pall Malls, which I've told you about on a number of occasions, and Joe Cools when I can find them.
You can't find them easy?
The older the better. That tobacco, as soon as it sits for a while, that's that teeth staining stuff. You know what I'm talking about? That good stuff.
I don't.
Is it illegal?
Oh, you betcha. Sweet bottom it is.
All right, pal.
Why did he say that?
I didn't like any of that.
Also, Brig, I noticed this week that your box is gone.
Oh, yeah, I'm just out here. And I'm loving every minute of it.
Is so like what happened? Did it go to a
I
vote?
agreed not to smoke inside on Sundays and Thursdays if they remove the box. If you want to come in here Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday,
Be prepared.
Who agreed to this? Because we...
Tracy,
Yeah,
she agreed to it.
I sure did.
Yep. We were watching Deep Blue Sea. Snuggled on the couch. LL Cool J's a scientist making big sharks.
Uh-huh.
I love big
Oh,
sharks.
I love them.
Trace loves big sharks too.
You bet I do.
You don't want small sharks. You want
No.
big sharks.
Big sharks.
And LL Cool J makes the biggest sharks.
The biggest sharks.
And those big sharks, they got big angry and big hungry.
Yeah, big hungry. Guess what they ate?
What they eat?
My pants.
Nicely done.
Trace
Trey.
out.
They also ate Dr. LL Cool J.
That's
R.I.P.
true. That's accurate. Yes.
How dumb are the kids in Elizabeth's classroom that they are gambling that much and they keep losing and can't figure out that they're losing to Allie?
Yeah.
I you would think
stupid.
after the first 3 or 4
They
times,
deserve-
like
they
you
deserve to
get
lose all of their stuff.
Lose it all.
Yeah.
And then finally, this if we had a what the hallmark this would go here, but
Okay, good. I'll allow it.
what was Bill doing when he goes over to Elizabeth's house to find Lee? Okay, so first of all, no one knows
They're
that Lee
friends.
is there. No one knows that Lee is there, other than Rosemary and Elizabeth.
Dude,
And then
this is
Bill,
the centerpiece question of this episode.
he knocks on the door.
He makes an excuse.
He makes an excuse.
But it's like an excuse of I want to see this girl at night. It is. It's not an above
It's not
board
okay.
excuse.
It's not above
to show up to a single lady's house in 1914-ish with that excuse.
It just didn't work.
I'm not buying it. Not buying
I
it.
get the feeling. Here's just a theory. I think he was planning on going to Elizabeth the whole time. He wasn't looking.
That
for Lee.
would be the biggest age difference.
That would be the biggest.
We did get a commenter. The Carson Faith age difference is bigger than the grandma lawyer age difference.
That's wild, but what's also breaking news to me is that IMDb has an age difference calculator built into
Man.
IMDb. I've been using IMDb for
no,
years.
it doesn't. They went in and looked at all of them.
They said via
said, brought to you by IMDb and an age difference calculator.
Oh.
Dude, read a book, man.
I was reading quickly.
Can you imagine how many actors would take their profiles off if you put an age difference calculator?
An age difference calculator. I've never even
not a
thought
bad
to do that.
idea.
It's not a bad idea.
Not a bad idea at all.
Is that it, Panda?
Yeah, that's it.
So at the beginning of this episode, Bill is... Everyone gets mad at Bill for using a spoon against a cup.
Yep.
And then the ground starts shaking. And he's like, I'm not doing it. Bill, you were doing it, though, to begin with. He was moving the spoon.
Yes.
And then he set it down. Bill, the original complaint is valid.
Yes.
You
Yes.
were being obnoxiously loud. And you got saved by the earthquake. Like, it's not fair to be like, see? No, you were being loud, Bill. There's no need for that. This is a public diner. Going more, Bill. How does Bill possibly have that much mail? How? How does Bill has stacks and stacks of mail.
Yep.
What does
much
he
mail.
do? And why does he get mail? I don't know. Because especially now that a Mountie is in town, Bill should get no mail.
That's right.
Bill does not need to deal with the mail. Right?
Right. 100%.
Last but not least, how dumb are these kids
They're so dumb. So dumb.
to bet on a magic trick?
It's just ridiculous.
It is such a...
She's literally holding all the cards. You
Literally.
don't want to do that.
Do they have they? The only explanation I can figure is that they can't grasp a magic trick, like what it is.
What is this magic you speak of?
Because any other explanation...
But to be fair, the adults don't understand magic either because they all think it's gambling.
Yep. That's true.
All of the adults, this is one of my way what's, but they are all so mad at Lucas Bouchard for teaching this girl gambling.
But it's not gambling.
It is not anywhere near gambling. What are they talking about?
But she made it gambling because the kids don't the kids don't understand that it's
But
a
how
trick.
did we get there?
I don't know how we
Lucas
get there.
get blamed for that?
It's not Lucas's fault.
It's not.
Lucas taught a kid how to do a card trick.
And also,
it's admirable.
They're appalled like he brought gambling into the town. They've been playing poker at the saloon since the show started. Like, well, where do they get off thinking that you can just like start to say gambling's bad if you're a child and the new guy taught it?
Yeah.
So dumb.
Fair. Dan?
Aside from that one and the fact that Jesse is making one of the most boneheaded decisions of all time and they're letting Gowan do this, I do have a question about Gowan and Lucas's investment strategy because Gowan is meeting with someone who's giving him money, and he says you'll get 30% of the oil that's pulled up. That's the number he uses, right? 30%.
Yes.
And then
Sounds right.
Lucas, this investor leaves, and Lucas says, I feel like you keep giving away more and more of my money. I've seen a number of people come through this door. How much money is going to be left? If he gave this woman 30% and there's a half dozen other people that are giving him money, has he overcommitted the amount of, like, has he committed more than 100% of the oil?
I guess we might have to wait and find out. High stakes, baby.
This is the oil you're
and
talking about.
speaking of oil, the geologist says that this is a small pocket of surface oil.
Yep.
What?
Yeah.
You know how when you're digging occasionally, you'll hit a small pocket of surface oil and there's nothing else anywhere. No.
Never?
That's
I don't
not
know.
a
I feel
thing.
like
Oil.
that could be a thing.
I don't know
A
enough
small
about oil.
pocket of surface oil has to come from somewhere.
No.
It can't just be a little sack of oil down there.
I saw a little sack of oil live, and it
Oh my
was
gosh.
a mess.
No, it was.
It's a weird bit that they do.
That's a 30. What's weird
they
is
play
that's
live.
a 35 and over show. I
Yeah.
don't even know how you got in.
Well, they play live, and then they start you know how some shows have like confetti or like smoke? They just do all oil. It's weird. I don't know who it's for, but people were pumped to be getting squirted by oil.
It's weird.
And I didn't like it, but I kind of loved it. Should be illegal, but it's not.
Should be. It should be. Ted Cruz was there.
Yeah.
Anyway, I only have one more.
Among others.
Among others.
Democrats were there too.
Yes, but Ted, you told me you saw
Yes,
Ted
I
Cruz.
saw Ted Cruz. Yes.
Yeah,
And it was the third time I've seen him out and about.
That's right.
I don't. What's the big deal?
Also,
Danny Glover.
Danny Glover was also there.
Yes.
Gosh, boy, what a guy.
And Canadian Dry.
Canadian
was on
Dry.
sale.
It was on sale there. Yeah. Fantastic.
On draft.
I'm glad.
You never see it on
You never
draft.
see it on sale. On draft? Wow, no wonder Ted Cruz was there.
That's what I'm saying. He loves Canadian Dry.
On draft. On sale.
On sale.
And I don't know if this is a wait what as much as it just is. I hated the Lee Bill fighting over taking care of a baby like men don't ever do this bit. I don't know what that is.
Panda like.
I just hated it.
funny.
Like I just like
You did not think it was funny. You thought it was,
fun.
passable.
Yeah, you thought it was like this is something they should do with our time.
You did
Well,
not
I mean,
chuckle.
at least
You
Allie's
did not
not on
chuckle
screen.
Well,
once.
if they're not talking oil, I'd like them to see taking care of babies.
You did not chuckle once, did you?
No.
It's just like this thing where two
I
dudes.
don't think I've ever laughed at one calls art.
No, two dudes who neither one of them have children, taking care of one baby, and both of them seem to actually know what they're doing, and yet it zonked them both out to do it for 2 hours. Like, I just hated it. Thanks, I hate it. Like, stop it. Just stop it. I didn't like it at
In
all.
20 years from now, can we do a rewatch of this entire show
No.
Sure.
for a 20-year anniversary?
That number is
We should-
cash
you know what we
is-
should do
is so large.
Is we should do a commentary.
Yeah.
watch.
No, that would be. I would maybe be on
that'd be
board.
great.
If we could sell it ahead of time.
Be so fun.
Be something.
Let's do hopes and values. And Panda, tell us about the oil.
My hope is, guys, the oil.
I've got a different one.
Pays for itself. What?
I hope that there is a plot line where there's a bagel company that moves into Hope. And now don't think I'm crazy. At one point, she is taking a kid's bagel. Who's making the bagels? Allie took a kid's bagel, right? I didn't imagine that.
Can you talk about oil?
I want to know who's making the bagels. Are they fresh bagels? I would like to know more.
Bagelgate. Pum, 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 pum. Allie claims she got this bagel hands-free.
I got it fair and square.
But not Elizabeth. Elizabeth says those bagels came from the bagel kitchen used to feed starving children. Will Allie's excuse hold up in court? Stay tuned to Bagelgate.
Glad we did it.
I would love to have a
Went on a
bagel.
beat too long, but I did like it.
No,
I
it was
liked it
bad.
initially. Thanks for finishing it out.
No,
though,
I did.
pal.
I wasn't gonna leave you hanging.
That was solid.
Yeah.
Any Valley?
Allie's kind of a valley.
Yeah,
Guys.
she's awful.
My hope is that Allie steals everyone's hearts. Because I think she's going to. I think if you just allow her to just be a child and just like be lovely and wonderful, you
feel
will
like every-
find yourself what?
Every scene she talks in could end in a freeze frame.
Yeah,
It's just me being Allie.
I like it.
I hate it.
Well, that's you and this is me. This is a real, this is a me. I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. Gonna let the light shine on me.
That song Brand just sang was my hope. My Bagelgate bit was my valley. That's all I've got.
We did, everybody. Congratulations. What's calling my heart, you might be asking? We'll tell you.
Skipping all the other stuff. Right?
Hope, yeah, you guys know. Right now.
Let's see. What's calling my heart? We've got Sydney Hornbuckle.
Ooh.
Sydney Hornbuckle.
Send in an email to hello@deckthehomework.com. Huh?
Deckthehomework.com. Tell us what's calling your heart. We'll read it on the show. Hey, y'all. I love
Hey.
that start. We're good Southern. I like that. Lots of things have been calling my heart lately, and y'all's podcast definitely makes the list. Believe it or not, I'm 16 years old. Wow.
Whoa.
We get the youth.
Is this Allie?
We get the youth. No. And I love y'all's show. It reminds me of sitting around listening to my dad and uncles talking and laughing about something you would never think grown men would even have an opinion on.
Well,
Oh, we're old, guys. We did it.
Dude,
This is my
this
new
kid is
favorite
great.
email.
I love it.
My dad actually listens to the show with me, and we love the bits. It drives my mama crazy the way we carry on during movies. Lots of times my dad will just blurt out, woof, and my mama will give him the look, and that's all thanks to y'all. My favorite episode of the week is the Signed, Sealed, Delivered episode. I watched the whole series, including the 12 movies, more times than I can count.
Wow.
I love that Bran and Panda love it, and I know deep down, Dan, you love it too.
He does.
Also, I'm real sorry y'all have to watch When Calls the Heart. At first, I was excited when y'all started reviewing the show, but after rewatching it and listening to how miserable poor Dan is all the time, all I can say is bless your heart. Man, this is great.
She's great, dude.
Thank y'all so much for what y'all do. Y'all give a simple girl from Tennessee something to look forward to every day. So thanks a bunch, Sydney. Oh my
Oh
gosh.
my goodness.
who is this
Sydney.
16-year-old that listens to Deck the Homework, watches Signed, Sealed, Delivered on a loop, and did a rewatch of When Calls the Heart just because we were?
Yeah. And her last name's Hornbuckle.
Hornbuckle.
Well, listen here, whippersnapper. We'll send you a quarter in the mail to buy something nice down at the store.
That's right down there with the that's right there with the old Bagelgate, I believe. They can't all be winners. And today was one big loser.
But don't forget that this episode started with one
Take Jake.
which will go down in the records as my favorite moment of all time. So there you go. We'll be back tomorrow with another one. Until then, may we be the first to wish you a
Merry Christmas!
Deck the Hallmark's a Bramble Jam podcast. It's presented by Philo TV. It's produced by Brandon Gray and recorded live in, Greenville, South Carolina. Set decor is by Plum at Haywood Mall. For more information on Deck the Hallmark, you can go to deckthehallmark.com. For more information on Bramble Jam Podcast Network, you can go to bramblejampodcast.com.